Hey guys, it's Chad, pastor at Redemption Hill Church with a devotional thought from the book of Proverbs. Today we're going to look at just one verse in Proverbs chapter 11. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 2 says this: when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. You know, one of the things I love about the book of Proverbs is there's these abundance of these little nuggets or verses that we can apply to our lives spiritually, words that we can find that have great practical application. This particular verse talks about pride and humility. And I don't know about you, but man, I think a lot of us, when we just mention or paint this picture of pride, a lot of us, as soon as we make a reference to pride, there's a picture or a face that just in your mind illuminates. It's just bright. Like you automatically think of some individual that has this great arrogance to them, right? And usually when you think about that person, it's not in good terms, right? There's usually a lot of struggle that goes with it. I'm going to do my best, hopefully, to be able to show a little cartoon strip up there on the screen. Y'all remember the comic Calvin and Hobbes? When I was a little kid, I remember getting the Sunday paper, and my dad would get the Sunday paper and trying to find the comics and look at the different comics. And Calvin and Hobbes was one of the great ones. Well, Calvin made this statement to his buddy Hobbes. He said, "People think it must be fun to be a super genius, but they don't realize how hard it is to put up with all the idiots in the world." To which Hobbes responds, "Isn't your pants zipper supposed to be in the front?" Man, what a great little illustration, because a lot of times those who are filled with pride have such an inflated view of themselves, when the reality is the view they have of themselves really isn't truthful, isn't the honest truth. You know, it becomes very difficult to interact with those people who are arrogant. But here's what I want us to do. I want us to pause from thinking about other people, and let's make this verse personable to us. Right? This idea of pride. 11:2. Pride comes and then comes disgrace. See, in our own lives, many times, I dare not say all of us, struggle with pride. Right? Most of us have a belief or a direction or a desire that we want in life. We think we know what's best. We think we know how things ought to operate. Oftentimes, our prayer life reflects that. You know, we talk to God and we lay everything out the way He needs to get things done, in our manner, in our method, in our timing. Really, in essence, that's a sense of pride. You see, we want to use God to accomplish our own wants, our own desires. But there are times when God comes alongside us and says no. There are times when God redirects things, when God doesn't work the way we want it to be worked out. That's a pride issue, isn't it? Because oftentimes we start sulking, we get upset, we get bothered by that. See, in essence, pride is us trying to lead our own life, when we, hopefully as believers, as Christians, we take the second road mentioned there, when it says the humble. With the humble is wisdom. See, humility, it's the opposite of pride. You know, pride is arrogant. Like, I know what's best. I know what needs to be done. It's the center letter of that word, I. Right? The center letter of pride is I. And that's the focal point of pride, I. Humility, the I takes the back seat. Humility is someone who has enough understanding in life to realize, I don't know everything. Enough humility that you go before God and you say, God, you are God. You've created this whole universe. You know what's best. please help me. Help me to see that. I mean, humility, even if you may have the title at work as the boss or the owner, doesn't treat everyone like second-class people. Doesn't treat everybody as if you know all and they know nothing. See, even a CEO ought to have a sense of humility where he understands that maybe there are areas in his life that he's gifted, that are strengths, but there are also areas where he is weak. And other people can come alongside him, that we can go and we can have conversations to gain new perspective, new understanding. See, pride and humility really is going to be the determining factor in whether we succeed or fail. Succeed or fail in maybe our vocation. Succeed or fail maybe in our marriages and our families. Succeed or fail in our faith journey. So I want to encourage you today with that quick little thought. Let for us individually, take away what you think of everybody else, but I want you to spend some time just praying and asking the Lord. I mean, if there's any sense of pride in your life, man, ask Him for forgiveness. And just be reminded that He's God. He knows what's best, and let's trust Him in that. Let's work in our other relationships and opportunities in life to see what other people might have and lean on other people's understanding to gain new perspectives. Man, it might be a beautiful, awesome thing.